You tell us when.
Go ahead.
We're live?
Yep.
Alright, I'm here with Kendra and Bryan. He's behind the camera. Kendra's mom's over hiding in the corner. She just came to the flexible eating seminar tonight at CrossFit Broadreach. And when did we start working together?
March 4th.
Really? This past year?
Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
First of all, a little fact about March 4th. Do you know what it is? You should know this, Bryan. It's the only date on the calendar that's also a command. March 4th. You should know that. Military guy behind the... So, think about that. Now, since March 4th, how many pounds have you lost?
36.
36 pounds. Also really awesome news. First RX Fran yesterday. Your hubby picked me up at the airport. All we talked about for 30 minutes was your RX Fran. Sub 10 minutes from 55 pounds with ring rows, so great job. But we're in your kitchen. I want to ask you a few questions about flexible eating. So, what's been the most enjoyable part of flexible eating for you? And this is Diesel.
Yes, this is Diesel. The most enjoyable part for me would be that I get to still eat the foods that I love. I don't feel deprived. I still have pizza. I still have Skittles and candy. I get to eat whatever I want to eat and still feel good, and I have a ton of energy, and I'm not worried about having to gain weight if I eat certain things. I'm not ever guilty of eating anything.
And you're very strict. You've said since we've begun, I mean, you've been nearly perfect every day.
Yes.
How hard has that been for you?
You know, it's not been hard for me, and it's like I tell everyone that asks me, it's this is so sustainable for me that I don't feel that I ever need to go off track. Every night before I go to bed, I spend 5 minutes on MyFitnessPal tops. I program in the thing that I crave most, or that I feel that I'm starting to crave, and then I plan my day around that. So if I'm starting to crave Skittles and I want a really large amount of Skittles, then that's the first thing I program. And by doing it that way, it keeps me from having urges or cravings and going off track.
And that's what I recommend, right?
Yep.
So you plug it in advance, and there's no need to deprive yourself. So come on in. I'm anxious to see. I had a little. Bryan and I were home during the day, and I wasn't going through your pantry, but your garbage is in there. And one of the first things I noticed, and I hope maybe Drake's food or Diesel's food is in there as well, the cinnamon toast crunch.
Yes.
Was that always here? And so give me maybe 3 or 4 of the foods that are in here and what they represent. Like, I eat this when I need a macronutrient, or I eat this because it is just something that makes me feel good. What do you have? Like, what are your go-tos in here?
Okay. And my pantry
this is
very
messy. Similar to mine. I mean, you got mac and cheese, cinnamon toast crunch, Chef Boyardee. This could basically be my pantry. So
yes.
I'm really impressed by it.
So, like you pointed out, the macaroni and cheese is a huge staple for me. I have this a lot of nights with my dinner with chicken or pork chops, whatever my meat is. I have this a lot. I do.
Well, that's nice because it's one serving.
Yes.
I didn't realize Kraft and Velveeta were the same. I thought that was a different company.
You know, I never thought about that.
Yeah,
That is an interesting.
So let me see the macros on this. 31 carbs. It's just, it's a good amount of carbs, but is this enough that it satisfies what you're looking for?
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah. And it keeps me from wanting to have more because it's an individual serving.
Right, so like we spoke about at the seminar, you'd have to actually boil more water, pour it in, or microwave it. When you're done, you're done.
Right.
We'd introduce that. This monster. They got 2. They got a mini one and a full set.
He's fine.
Okay.
He does that when you pick him up.
What else? Well, show me something else you enjoy.
Skittles.
You're a Skittles person. No, you don't like Skittles.
Fish.
Now, were you eating these foods? Was this per my recommendation, or did you just like these foods?
No, I like Swedish fish, but I really like Skittles.
So do you count these? Do you weigh them?
I weigh them. So this was a huge bag.
And what's a typical serving of Skittles?
Normally an ounce gets me what I need.
Do you eat that one mouthful, or do you eat one at a time?
No, I eat one at a time. Yeah.
She saved it then, Bryan?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It takes me about 10 minutes.
10 minutes to eat like 4 Skittles.
I also eat a lot of rice cakes. So in the mornings for breakfast, I have rice cakes with peanut butter and jelly. So I'll have a lot of rice cakes, low fat, very minimal carbs.
Well, just show those ones you were showing me earlier.
Yes.
Oh, the
These
crack.
rice cakes
These are
are
crack.
life changing. They come in dark chocolate,
try to get you
milk
sponsored by
chocolate, and also
They're awesome.
orange icing. Every flavor is amazing. They have 3.5 grams of fat, 11 carbs, and only 1 gram of protein. So very minimal.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Looks good. What about in the refrigerator?
In the refrigerator. Let's see. So lots of yogurt,
It's a healthy looking refrigerator. Good variety.
a lot of yogurt, and also a lot of almond milk, cashew milk. Fruits and vegetables are a must. I've got cheese, pepperoni, turkey is always in there. I know you can't see it, but the turkey's in there too. And I always go to the light mayonnaise for
That's
my
a
fat.
good idea. That's
So,
a good idea.
this
you were
is a
saying you eat
really-
a lot of tuna too.
I eat a ton of tuna, and I'll normally combine my tuna with at least 1 tablespoon. I don't even need it, but just to hit my fat. 1 tablespoon has 3.5 grams of fat in it, and only 1 carb, no protein.
Perfect.
So,
What
that's
is there
pretty
any big change in your refrigerator from prior to March 4th and today?
no, not
It's
at
just
all.
the same foods,
Yes,
less guilty,
Yes.
36 less pounds on you,
yes.
and I
I
mean
should-
I don't know what else to say.
I still have my
That's a Saturday. That's a Saturday
rolls.
breakfast.
For the two of you.
Yeah.
for the 2 of
That's a
us.
Saturday breakfast.
Well, let me borrow this for a second now. So, if I bring you two together, how long have you two been married?
5 years.
5 years.
What has been the difference in your relationship together because of the food, because of the change in food? And it's a funny angle because mom's just kind of sitting in the corner. No. It's perfect. It's perfect. This will be in one of the therapy sessions. So, what has there been a difference? I mean, no joke. You should. The pride Bryan was showing of your performance and everything is incredible. Has it been? Is it? Can you feel it and see it in the relationship?
I think so. I mean, I think that it's, especially since Bryan started the flexible eating, he understands what I'm doing. Whereas before, when we weren't both doing it together, he would always constantly ask, why do you have to do that? Or just eat this and just eat that. And I would try to explain to him, no, it's important. I have to stay on track. I feel really good. And now that he's doing it, he understands the weighing, the tracking, the MyFitnessPal. And so he's encouraging that I stay on track because now he feels great now that he's doing it. So I think that now that he understands the feeling and he's feeling how I'm feeling, I think it's easier for us to support each other.
And are there any fights because he gets a lot more food than you?
Only for this.
I know what's coming.
As you can tell, we have Ben and Jerry's fish food
You
here.
gotta have fish food.
We have Ben and Jerry's fish food here. And then we have a little
Those are
bit-
single serves. Why'd you buy the single serves?
Well, it's easier to track for me. This is easier to track. We have s'mores. S'mores is pretty good.
S'mores is good, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the fish food and everything. But I know if I eat half of this, then that's a cup.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. And typically we only fight over the scale. I'm ready. Where's the scale?
Yes,
Right here. Look.
that's the only
So
thing that
this
we
is
fight
right
over.
here every time we cook. You can tell, it's already out. So
And we are diving
We're
for the
diving
first
for this scale.
use
Oh, who
of
gets
the
to use it
scale.
first?
so
Yes.
having 2 scales if you're married
That
is
might be a
probably
good idea.
So maybe on the wedding registry if you're getting married,
2 scales,
scales.
not a bad idea.
his and her scales. And
Yes.
Bryan's made some serious progress as well.
Yes.
You are one of the exceptions that had to learn how to eat more food.
More.
So how many calories are you up to?
I'm up to 3485. So that's a lot.
That is a lot. People think that's easy to want to eat more,
Yeah,
but it's not.
But I mean, to eat it and to intake it, I mean, I feel good in the gym. I mean,
Performance is better?
Performance is better.
Before and after.
Yeah.
So-
Looking good.
Yeah. Put on
Handsome
some
hubby.
good.
Yes.
You guys might be my best before and after couple.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So-
So you guys did great.
She's done good. She's done really well.
You guys
Really
are
well.
killing it, and I'm proud of you guys. But before we get off, Mom. I just want to ask a couple. What are you doing over there? Texting back there?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
So, we figured out you just took the seminar, but you were tracking your food already, correct?
I've been tracking calories, yes.
And what did you learn from what you were tracking and from the seminar?
I learned that I'm eating a lot of carbs and fats.
So you were the exact person I was referencing, correct?
Yes.
So what changes are you going to make?
I'm going to start looking at the buckets and making sure that I get enough of each one.
And for the buckets,
Carbs.
she's talking about each macronutrient.
Yes.
And that's cool. So you fill up your buckets by the end of the day. I like that reference.
Yes. Yeah.
And we're going to see big change. It's going to be the best family, not
Yes, that's right.
just... All right. Well,
Flexible
Flexible eating family.
Yes.
she hates being on the camera.